Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this week we're actually, as you can see, I have on no makeup right now, but this week we're actually not going to be talking about makeup. We're going to be talking about nails. So I'm going to go through and show you all just basically how I wear my nails and how I do them. I would say that it could be like a quarantine nail, but honestly I do this all the time because I stopped like a long time ago. I stopped getting acrylics on my nails just because my nails are super sensitive, and I felt that the acrylic was just way too damaging on my nail. So this is the way that I do it. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and go right into it. All right, so as you all can see from my nails here, now I have had my nails off probably for about 3 days now. So these are what my nails are basically looking like. They've grown a little bit, but I'm going to cut all of that down. So I'm going to be using, the nails that I'm going to be putting on are the Kiss nails, and they are just square nails, but they also come in different shapes. Like they come in a stiletto shape, they come in an almond shape, a round shape, so you can get any type of shape that you want. They also come in the coffin too, if you really like coffin shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut my nails down. I always cut my nails down just because I don't like the extra nail like underneath the press on, so that's just kind of what I do. I want it to look, and I like for it to look as natural as possible, because that was another thing that I just really hated when I got my acrylic nails. I didn't like how bulky it was. I just felt like it didn't look like a natural nail at all. Now, I also have done, I've tried gel. Gel I think is great, but my nails are typically pretty weak even when I do take like biotin. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're stronger, but I feel like the gel doesn't give me, it's too soft, if that makes sense. So like I'd rather have something a little bit harder that, you know, will keep my nails from breaking. And with this method, I feel like it definitely is damaging, but it's not as damaging as to my nail as the acrylics were. And I also regularly take a biotin. It's called Nature's Bounty Hair, Skin, and Nails gummies. And I take those every day. They are a lifesaver, not only for my hair, but also for my nails. They make them a lot stronger. So I always love taking that, and they kind of keep my nails in shape, especially when I'm doing damaging things to it. Okay, so now I'm just going to shape this up so I don't have any harsh on my nail. Now that we have prepped the nails, I wish I had like a little nail brush. Probably should have got that, but it's all right. So now that we've prepped the nails, I also did do a couple days ago, I pushed back my cuticles as well as cut them off. So that's always something that you can do as well to add to just the prepping of your nails. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nail file, which it is 100 grit nail file, and I'm going to basically just lightly file over my natural nail. That way that you get the surface of the nail is rough, because for these nails they are going to be smooth underneath. So the full nail is smooth underneath. So I need to create some grit on my actual nail so that when I put the glue in, it will go ahead and secure and bond, and that also helps keep your nail stay on for a lot longer, because the glue is kind of going into the grooves that you've created with filing your fingernail down. Also, you guys, I am not a certified nail technician, so you know, this is just my own routine and what I do. So I just go through and lightly file it down. You don't need to, you know, dig into your nail and damage it. So I just go through and lightly file that. You just need a little bit of grit, not too much. Okay, so now that that is filed down, now I am going to go ahead and basically size out my nails. So I'm going to pick what nails fit on my nails and lay them out. So I don't know what size this is. This is a 1. Okay, awesome. Now, one really good thing, or one really good trick to make it kind of look as natural as possible, you always want a nail that's going to fit your nail bed. I feel like that can sound a little bit confusing, but as you can see, when I measure this on my nail, I want to make sure that on the sides you have none of your real nail peeking out. So on both sides, you want it to look like that. So that means that the nail fits. Now, let me show you what it looks like when it doesn't fit. So I'm just gonna get a smaller one. So do you see how my real nail is popping out here on the side? So you don't want to see that. That, you know, you definitely can, but I think going the other way, making sure that it's covered, just makes the nail look as natural as possible. So I'm going to size that for both of my thumbs. Always check the other hand too, because as you know, fingers are not all the same and nails are not all the same. So you want to make sure that it fits correctly. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of my nails. And so now I'm going to commence with the gluing. Now, the glue that I use is the Gorilla Glue Super Glue. And I know everyone is going to be like, oh my God, I swear to you, it's not as bad as what it looks like. This glue gives me a super good hold, and these nails stay on for at least 2 weeks, even longer. Just really kind of depending on what you do with your nails. And I know it's not difficult for it to come off. Typically, I will just wait until my nails start lifting, and then when they start lifting, I'll just go ahead and pop those suckers off with some dental floss or something like that. But you could probably also soak your nails as well for it to come off too, if maybe you want it to come off a little bit earlier. But I promise you, this gives you such a good hold. So if you are willing to try it, I definitely highly recommend it, just because it keeps your nails on for so long and you don't have to continually keep doing this like every week or so. I feel like that with using the glue that comes in the actual nail packs. So like if I were to use this glue in here, the Kiss Nails glue, that is not going to last me very long, and they are going to pop off pretty quickly. At least in my experience, that is what happened with me. So just think about it. You always have a choice. So I'm just going to go straight into that. I'm gonna pop that open. Oh, already coming out. So with that, I typically will just want to put like a dot. You don't want to put too much glue because then it'll go outside and of the nail. I press that down for maybe about 20 seconds. All right, and then I move on to the next nail. All right, so the first hand is now on. So now we're going to go into the second hand. All right, so now the whole hand is on, nice and glued on. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and chop them down because I don't like super long nails. I feel like I just can't do anything with them. So I'm going to chop these down. Now I am just going to be keeping, if I wanted to, I could make a different shape out of this. Sometimes I will make an almond shape out of the square shape just to make it a little bit easier. And just file that down, but I'm just going to be keeping them square. That's just kind of been the shape that I've been going with for the summer. So I'm going to cut this down. I don't know how much shorter I want it, but I feel like this is always the difficult part just because you have to get everything to basically align with itself. It probably also would be less difficult if I had a larger nail clipper, but I also really like working with the smaller nail clipper just because I feel like I have more control of where I'm going and what I'm taking off, because once it is too short, there is no going back. So I always recommend just taking off a little bit first, see if that is the shortness or the length that you want to go with, and then if it's not, you can always go ahead and go back in and take off more. But you don't want to do too much because, as I said, once it's too short, you can't go back from that. So I'm thinking that I like this length. And another way that you can make sure that your nails are the same lengths on both sides is just comparing like this. Going back to back, like, is this nail the same length? Yes, it is. Is this the same length? Yep. And so on and so forth, just to make sure that you're getting the same lengths on both sides. So I think this is good for me. Yeah, I think it's short enough, and it'll get shorter. Always take into account as well, the nail will get shorter when you start to file it. So even if you think that it's still a little bit too long, you can always file it down even more if you want to do it that way. And that even gives you even more control of kind of where. So with mine, I do not like a really bulky square nail, so I always go in kind of like a kind of like a coffin shaped nail, but I don't do a full-on coffin. I just want it to be kind of like a thinner square nail. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, and this is the shape that I'm going for. Nice square shape, it's cute. So now I'm just going to go through the rest of these nails. I'm going to speed this up because this will probably take a while. Probably won't take that long, but... All right, everyone. So off camera, I went ahead and did the rest of my nails. I also shaped them to my desired shape. And I also went ahead and washed my hands just to kind of get rid of all of that debris from me filing. Now, this is what they look like before I kind of get into the painting. As you can see underneath the nail, this is why I go ahead and cut down my nails, because as you can see, you can't see my natural nail underneath here, so that just makes it look all the more natural as well. Now, I know this is kind of probably took me about like 10 or so minutes to file my nails. That's just kind of the method that I choose to take. I like to do it that route just because I think for me, what I'm trying to get out of it is just the most natural nail that I can get. So I like to file it myself because I feel like that it gives it that natural look because I'm just doing it myself. It's not, 100% perfect. But there are really easier ways that you can do that. Like I said, the Kiss brand, this is my favorite brand, just because there are so many different styles and lengths that you can get with it. So, like I said before, there's multiple shapes that you can choose from, but there's also different lengths that you can choose from. So if you're someone who prefers a shorter nail, you can get this in a shorter length. That way that you don't have to do all of that work to the nail and cutting it, cutting it off and filing it and all that good stuff. So, and like I said, you can always just purchase an already designed press-on nail kit as well. That way that you don't have to do anything to it either. But this is just my preference of doing it, just because, like I said, I'm trying to get the most natural look out of it. So now that I've said all of that, I'm going to go ahead into the painting. I will probably just kind of fast forward through this, but this is the nail color that I'm going to be using today. I just bought this from TJ Maxx, so please do not mind the sticker on there, but it is called Pale to the Chief. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think it's popping up, but it's called Pale to the Chief. It is just a nude color. I am really, really basic when it comes to my nail colors, just because like I'm the type of person where I like my nail colors to go with literally everything that I wear. So I don't like to do like super extravagant colors all the time. Sometimes I will, but most of the time I'll just keep it pretty neutral to like the nudes, and I'll do kind of like lighter pinks, or I'm always down for a good red as well. So. But I'm gonna go right into the painting. I'm just gonna use as my base color. It's really a hardening nail polish, but I just like to use it. It's just a base, so it doesn't need to be perfect. All right, everyone, so this is my finished nails. I did go ahead and moisturize them, and I put a little bit of cuticle oil on. They're just pretty plain, super cute, but I love them. I think that they look really natural for my nails. They look like mine. Alright, so yeah. That's the finished look. I'll do the little nail pose for you all. You know how they be doing that on like the in the nail salons when you go. That's the like pose that the hands are in. But alright. Thank you all so much again for watching. Subscribe to my channel, and we will be back for more content, so be on the lookout. All right, bye you all, love ya.